I keep on making fun of my car for skipping leg day. Well, guess what came in the mail? Leg day. So I may have fucked up a little bit when I bought these spacers. I couldn't get 4 regular spacers. Well, I mean, I could have if I had given enough of a shit. So I was talking to my friend about it, and I'm like, well, if I get inch spacers, then the back will be fixed, but then the front will be sticking out a ½ an inch. So I'm like, well, if I want to eventually go for like the really meaty stance eventually, then I should just go get bigger spacers, right? So I'm like, okay, well, like 1 1/4 inch would probably, you know, make the back stick out just a little bit and the front will stick out, but because the back is also sticking out, then it won't be that big of an issue. I think it won't, it just won't. But instead of buying 1 1/4 inch spacers, I bought 35mm spacers, which turns out is actually like closer to 1 1/3 inch, so it's actually a little bit bigger than I bargained for. And especially on the front where hold on. You see, the thing about leg day, yeah, I'm gonna get the tires to stick out more, but I'm still sitting on these skinny ass like 8.5 tires. So I've got plans for bigger tires on the way, but with these 35mm spacers, I'm not sure if I can fit like a wider tire without hitting these fender wheels, these whales. So I'm gonna see partially today what's gonna happen when I put these spacers on. I had a friend who was gonna help me with this project today because he has all the tools and shit. We were gonna do that today, but he has work. I said screw that because the parts are actually pretty inexpensive, so I went ahead and bought the jack and the jack stand, and I rented the torque wrench so I can be extra professional. So I should get that shit set up. So here's all my shit. I'm going to be painting the wheels again today since the Plasti-Dip didn't really work out that well, but I figured since I've got the whole day and because I'm always extra ambitious, not only are we adding the spacers to the rim and painting the wheels, we're also going to be taking off the spoiler and painting it the same orange color as the stripe. No Plasti-Dip this time. I'm just gonna sand it and prep it and paint it the normal way because I'm not really too worried about that spoiler, to be honest. And so I've been told the bolts for the spoiler are located underneath these, whatever these are for, windshield wiper and accessories and all that. Okay, so in there is, oh yeah, it's literally right there. Wow, 2 bolts holds this whole spoiler on together. This is gonna be fucking easy. All right, I've got these 2 little bolts off. Trying hard not to lose them. I'm pretty sure there's a rubber gasket with some adhesive on it that's keeping it held onto the body of the vehicle. Not totally sure how that's gonna work. Man, that's really fucking on there. Oh my god! Holy shit. I can hear it delaminating. Hold on, holy shit. It's coming off. Oh my god. All right, yeah, and that's how you get a, hold on. That's how you get the spoiler off the car. I've never seen my car without the spoiler on it, so let's just take a step back and look at this weirdness. Yeah, it needs something over there. I've somewhat underestimated the size of this table versus the size of my spoiler. I was hoping there was going to be enough room. Man, I don't even know how I'm going to fucking paint this. It's 2 sides. Anyways, I'm not going to show any of the sanding and prep work because I'm actually kind of low on battery and you've probably already seen it a million times before, so there's that. You know what, on second thought, I am at least going to tell you guys how I'm doing this because it seems like every single painting tutorial I see on YouTube is completely different. Everybody has their own fucking opinions. It pisses me off because I have no goddamn clue what I'm going to what I'm fucking doing here. So basically, I just cleaned it off with the dirt and grease remover, and I am going to scuff it up with 600 grit, and then I'm gonna move to 800 grit, because most people say, I think I've seen go as low as 250 grit and then prime it and then sand it again. Almost nobody says which grit sandpaper they use, but the paints that I have here are paint and primer combinations, so I'm not planning on sanding it down in between. I'm just gonna go straight for it. Hopefully it'll be pretty good, and if it doesn't turn out good, well then don't follow my instructions. Well, here's the first coat of paint on the spoiler, the top side of the spoiler, and it turned out pretty well, except for right here where I used the old can. You can just see a little bit of like speckling here, and yeah, I'm gonna see if I can wait for it to dry and then try and sand that down just to knock those edges down. Over here we have the wheels off. I've got my dad here helping me, and he helped me get the car jacked up and the wheels off the car, and now we gotta, while we wait for the paint to dry, we gotta start getting all this Plasti-Dip garbage off, so that's the next thing to do. Well, we're most of the way there. We've got the back wheels painted. Annoyingly, the satin clear coat that we were gonna put on it was real shitty and decided not to work, and just sort of became misty particulate along the surface of the wheel, and I just decided, well, fuck it. I've been having so many paint problems today that I'm just not going to clear coat the wheels, and I'm just going to leave them like that. Got the spacers on all four wheels all torqued down, ready to go for the front wheels, which my dad is helping mask off right now. The spoiler I've been working on literally all day, and it is the biggest pain in the ass ever, because I have to paint both sides of it, so obviously one side has to be laying down for that. And between the top side and the underside, just keeps on getting all these fucking marks in here, and it's pissing me off. Focus, you ass. Which I have to keep on waiting for the paint to dry and then sanding it down again, and then painting over it again. I finally got it on a spot where it's resting mostly on the part that's going to be touching the car, so anything after this, I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. It'll probably be fine for the most part, because it's just a little tiny lip on the underside of it. And once this dries a little bit more, I'm going to put that, what the heck is it called, metallizer on it. Because you can see here that even though this one dried, you can still see a little bit of cracking. I guess it's just, I don't know, the metallizer doesn't like any sort of paint really. It's kind of annoying. But at least it's less noticeable here. It definitely does look a lot like some really bad orange peel. But whatever, at least it's gonna match the stripes and it'll look cool. And just like that, it is done. Well, mostly. This spoiler is still giving me issues. You can tell by the where the sun is in the sky that it's gotta be at least like 5:30, right? Oh man! So you remember when I painted those decals, right? I got all that weirdness happening. Got some of it down here, and you know, I had to sand that down and paint over it again. Got cracking all over the bastard. It's kind of pissing me off a little bit, but you know, I only ever look at it occasionally. For the most part, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's got the sparkles in it and shit. I had 2 bugs land in this paint, one over here and one over here, and you know what? I fucking hate this shit, because I painted the whole thing and didn't get any bugs until I started the clear coat and got 2 bugs almost instantaneously. So the first one I fished out, and it looked alright, I guess, but probably should have let it dry a little bit before I added the next coat of paint, because for some reason between me drying it and me putting another coat of clear on it, got this weird texture here. Don't know how to describe it, it just looks dry and cracked and weird. The annoying thing about this is that when I went to go and sand it earlier, it felt kind of rubbery and not good, not completely dry all the way. So disappointingly, I still have to come in, sand this down, touch up these little spots, and clear coat it again. But then I'll be able to mount it on the car. And wow, look at that stance. Can you believe that stance? That's insane. Wow, look at that. That's pretty crazy. And again, this is I haven't driven away yet, so this is still how the tires are sitting, coming straight down onto the wheels from the jacks. I should probably drive it around for a second here and make sure it's not, you know, whatever, just the tires are sticking to the ground or whatever, and whatever. Yeah, whatever. Hold on, just let me, wait, hold on. This exhaust note though. Oh man, that's nice. Wow, I'm enjoying this. That's really good. Sorry, I just heard some low tones and I'm like, damn, is that me? That's stock exhaust right there. That's insane. Yeah, that's really good. So that's actually how it'll look like tomorrow when I actually fix it. Holy shit. That's, I'm glad I did that. Wow. You know, from far away it doesn't really look that bad. And you know what's hilarious? That you can barely even see the top of it unless you're a freak who is 6'5". So, you know what? I still really want to repaint that area up there. It pisses me off. I didn't even realize this was this shallow. That's not even that bad. In fact, I could probably just touch that up whenever, really. And clear coat, probably put some saran wrap. You know what? I'm gonna mount the fucking spoiler right now. Fuck it. The only bad thing about this setup right now is that I still need to have some like double-sided tape to replace the ones that this thing is, some foam-backed double-sided tape, because right now it's kind of not technically fully attached to the roof. But so I would still have to do that, get that tape and all. But you know, the install deinstall process, yeah, the install uninstall process on this is I would say almost deviously simple, since it's just two screws. But I should get going. Yep. It's, what time is it? Let me check that. Oh, it's 6:06 that you can't see because we're on the inside. You know what's funny? Hold on. You know what's funny? The one thing I was looking forward to was being able to see the tires outside my window, but you know, I can still barely fucking see it. But I've driven a few miles now, and you know what? I kind of want to reveal myself, you know? Something interesting though was while I was leaving that parking lot, immediately while I was leaving that parking lot, some girl behind the plaza, like, literally just screamed at me, "I like your car." So the plan wasn't really to get chicks, but you know, I ain't totally complaining. But oh my fucking god. What kind of a reveal is that for the camera? Dude, that's nice. Wow. That's perfect, actually. That is exactly where it needs to be for the back. I have the wheels turned slightly. This is good. I need to change fucking lenses for this. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, that's better. That's actually... Yep. Holy fuck. You know what? I'm just glad it turned out. You see, I'm laughing. I was afraid I was going to be laughing because it would be ridiculous. And I mean, it is a little bit ridiculous. But I'm actually laughing more because it's fucking awesome rather than it's fucking ridiculous. And I feel like that's a good sign. Dude, that rear angle though, that rear 3/4 angle though, that's just, it's so good. That spoiler is so legit. I can't even handle it. It's so good. If I'd have just gone for black rims the first time, I probably wouldn't be in this situation, but thank God, you know, it's black on black though. It's black on black, but it has the orange accents, which makes it actually awesome. Wow. 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 Okay, I'm done. Going home. Yeah, okay. I mean, I thought it was going to be more prominent than that, because I just figured the... Focus, you fuck. I thought the the wheels were gonna stick out more in the front than they do in the back, but it's fairly close. Yeah, it doesn't stick out nearly as much as I thought it would. This is perfect. Wow. And I got 35mm spacers, which is already way larger than I thought I was gonna get, but it worked out perfectly somehow. I don't even understand that. How did I overestimate? It worked out. It worked out better than I could have imagined, and that doesn't make any sense to me. It just... Okay, like I said, I'm going home.